What's up everyone? We are here for another food review. Not too excited about this one. I'm actually gravely concerned. What we have today is Panda Express has introduced a new Dynamite sweet and sour chicken. You can see that it's like extremely red. First I was excited to try it. I don't really do well with like super spicy food, but I was like, how spicy could Panda Express possibly be? And then I noticed that it was sponsored or, branded BULDAK. So for people who don't know what BULDAK is, they make ramen, which is pretty tasty, but it is like ridiculously spicy, like uncomfortably spicy. First time I tried it, I was just like, this is too much. The next time I basically just to finish off the pack of ramen, I would actually just like split the spice in half and only have that. It was still a little bit too spicy. So I'm a little bit concerned about this for today, but I promise all of you watching that I'm going to eat all of it. So I did get some Beijing beef and some veggies. I need some veggies. I've been eating pretty terribly. Just to give me, some variety, but I do promise I'll finish this chicken no matter what. I also have, obviously my water, but also I have a glass of milk, like hot ones, just in case it is too spicy. I have my phone in case I need to call 911. Okay, let's do it. All right, so first I'm just gonna have a little bit of rice. Before we try this, oh God, here we go. And it smells pretty spicy. It's very, Panda Express, if you'll have Panda Express before. Deep fried, covered in spice. Usually pretty solid for like Chinese food. Okay. Wow. It is like BULDAK. Oh crap, really tasty. With that same BULDAK like the ramen, oh my God. The spice is like, it's like when you first bite it, you get the really good flavor of the BULDAK because it is very tasty. And it's like 2 or 3 seconds later, it's like a check raise where bam, like the spice hits, and all of a sudden I can almost just feel myself starting to sweat already. All right, so we're gonna have some broccoli. I'm gonna balance this out a little bit because that is pretty spicy chicken. I'm a little surprised that Panda Express would put something this spicy because, Panda Express is obviously a little bit more like Americanized Chinese food. I don't know if a ton of Asian people come here that often, unless out of like convenience. Even the veggies touching the BULDAK have now absorbed the spice and it's too spicy. I'm also, by the way, just not a huge fan of like eating extremely spicy food. So, if you like spicy, this might be right up your alley. But if you haven't had BULDAK before, I don't really know what to compare it to. I suppose it's probably like eating some extremely hot pepper, where it's like the flavor of it just comes and nails you afterwards. But if I try to take away from the fact that it is so spicy, the chicken is pretty good. I don't want to say Panda Express is like a 5-star restaurant with the best quality meat, but it's generally a pretty good quality meat. Probably a little bit better than some hole-in-the-wall heat lamp Chinese place that you would find in a strip mall. But not up there with the nice fine dining sit down Chinese restaurant. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Eat some of this Beijing beef, which is pretty good. One of my favorite dishes there. Crispy beef with I guess it's like Beijing sauce, but it's like I don't really know how to describe Beijing sauce. It's like sort of a brown sauce. A little bit of sour to it, a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's not exactly sweet and sour sauce. And as you can see from my videos, I've not been eating that well, so white rice, fried rice, or chow mein. So I did just do white rice because I like white rice with meat usually. Though the chow mein's actually not bad, it's pretty tasty, but I did decide to go with some veggies today. They have like what they call like super greens, but just fancy words for steamed veggies. Nothing special about them. I could almost feel my body craving some veggies and some fiber. But going back to this BULDAK Dynamite sweet and sour chicken, I'm gonna say this is very tasty. If you're into spicy food, I would definitely recommend trying this. The chicken inside is pretty good. And you know what? My body is almost like adapting to it or something. That first one was pretty uncomfortable, but these other ones now, I think I'm almost settling into the spice and the heat around my mouth. But it's like exactly what they promoted as. There's sweet and sour chicken just wrapped in extremely spicy BULDAK, seasoning. Okay. Something about that bite. Oh, the back of my throat kind of spicy. And you see, I'm being brave and I haven't reached for the milk yet. Let's see if I can get through this without touching the milk. And put the milk back in the fridge and maybe eat it with cookies or something later. But, alright, new dish at Panda Express. The BULDAK spicy or Dynamite sweet and sour chicken. If you like spicy food, try it. If you don't like spicy food, maybe give it a whirl. It's kind of fun to try something new and exciting and spicy. But yeah, pretty solid. I don't know if I try it again just because I don't like spicy food, but definitely something that seems like a good addition to our menu. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to finish this off. We'll see you in the next one.